Hello, you're watching Ellie from Ellymentry Papercrafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. I thought I'd show you one of the items that's in our Celebration catalogue at the moment. So Celebration means that you can obtain free items when you buy from our annual catalogue or the new mini catalogue. So some items, if you spend £45, you get something free. There's also a £90 category, and if you spend £90, you can get this free, and that is the stamp set plus the designer series paper. And the designer series paper is 12 sheets, and there are 6 double-sided designs. So it's 12 sheets, 12 designs. Okay, so if I just quickly show you, this is one side of the designer series paper. Okay, and then if I flip it over, you will see on the back are 6 completely different designs. So you have this again. I've just taken out one of each to show you. Okay, now I've used these 2 designs for my card today, and I mean this is going to last ever such a long time. There's so much paper in here. There's bound to be something in there that you really like, and it's really versatile. So I'm going to show you what I've done with it. Now I will tell you that I got my inspiration from Pinterest from a lady named Gail Ellis, and she did a similar card, but my card is a different size, it's larger. I'm also using different designer series paper and different die cuts. So it just shows you that you can base your idea on one thing, but when it's finished it looks completely different. So what I'm using are 2 sets of dies that I've got from the new catalogue. One's called Designer Tags Dies, and that's this one, and the other's called Beautiful Shapes Dies, and that's this one. Now I've only used 1 die from each set, so it just shows you that although you might buy the whole set of dies and think that you can only use that set or that set, no. With all our products, our stamps, our dies, our papers, our accessories like ribbons and sequins, etc., you can use them all together. You can interchange because they all fit and work together. They're sized to fit together and they're designed to fit together, so you can use them all on, you know, all at the same time. Really versatile. Now the shape I've used from the Beautiful Shapes is the largest of the hexagonal shapes. Okay, and then from this one I just use this little sprig down here. So I'm going to very carefully bring over the design that I'm working on. So there's the hexagon that I used, and I took 2 strips of the designer series paper, placed one on top of the other, and then cut them out 3 times using this. So although I've got 6 pieces of designer series paper here, I only had to pass it through the machine 3 times. So I cut these 2 at the same time, those 2 and those 2. And then I cut another piece of the white cardstock, and this is the basic white thick cardstock. I also bought a new embossing folder, which is this one, and I've forgotten what it's called. But what I'll do is I'll mention the name of it in the description box below when I finish the video. So I'm going to run this piece of white cardstock through the embossing folder to get a nice design, and I'm actually going to turn it sort of one way round so that it comes out at a different angle. So this is what it looks like when it's been embossed. Really beautiful. And this is what we call a 3D embossing folder. So it's a bit deeper than the others, and you get 2 different levels. of embossing. It's really, really pretty. And so that piece is going to go in there. Okay, so the next job is to place all my shapes onto the cardstock. And this is the die cut I used from the designer tags from this one here. Okay, so I'm going to use my Tombow multi-purpose glue, and I pop it into this container because I can cut the top of this and make the flow much slower than it is out of the normal bottle. I can work better with this. So I'm just going to find my tweezers because I always find it easier to hold things with my tweezers. And I'm going to start by putting this hexagon down first. So I'm going to apply some glue to the bottom. And this is a directional paper, so I do need to make sure I get it up the right way. And place it like so. The next one that I'm going to put into place is this one. I'm going to try and make sure I get the same distance between the two shapes all the way along that side way. And then I'm moving on up. I'm going to take this shape and again make sure it's up the right way. And then I'm going to move on and just stick down all my pieces so that they fit into these little shapes, and make sure I try and keep the same amount of space between each one. So that's all our shapes stuck to the card. And then I like to take some long bladed scissors, turn the card over and cut along the edge to remove these pieces. And then when all these are placed, I'm going to take my die again and fit it into here, and I'm lining it up so the edge of the die matches with each line, because it cuts slightly in from that line, so you'll still have the gap. So I take it like so. I take a piece of something like post-it note, any low tack tape, and I'm going to stick it down to make sure it doesn't move. I'm taking a couple of pieces just to be absolutely sure. And then I'm going to run it through my die cut machine like so. And I have an A4 sized machine, so I can take a big card. But if yours is only an A5 platform, then you can use a half size card to do yours and smaller die cuts. And then when we take off our post-it note tape and the die will come out completely like so. My die cuts here can be placed anywhere I like on my card design, so I'll probably do something like that against the background of the designer series paper. And then through here I'm going to stamp my greeting. A greeting I really like at the moment is this one that says, "Thank you for sharing your heart." I just think that's a gorgeous greeting, and I'm going to pop that right in there. So if I take a block and just mount that up, I'm going to use one of the colours that's in my design, and I think I will use the sort of purpley one here. So when you buy a pack of paper, it tells you on the back what colours are in your paper. So I think that one is Rich Raspberry. So let's find the Rich Raspberry stamp pad, which is here. So I will load up my stamp, and I'm going to stamp that. Now when you stamp, you don't press down really hard, just make sure you hold it on the cardstock for long enough for the ink to transfer. Okay, so that's done. And then I'm going to use my tweezers again to pop down this little sprig, which I'm going to pop there and there. Now if you wanted to, you could cut this from coloured cardstock, but I quite like the idea of keeping it white. I liked all this to be quite light and summery. And then to this you can add some ribbon, some little gems, anything at all that you would like to use to embellish it. I really think these little polished dots would look nice. These are all too bright. I've got some rhinestones, they might look nice. I think I'm going to use the polished dots. I think they're quite nice and delicate to go with the delicate look of the card. So I'm probably going to use one of the larger size dots. And I think I will place that actually on the corner of that one. And I'll have a couple of smaller ones. So it's a good idea to have an odd number. And so we'll choose another of the smaller pinks. Maybe here. And then I think I'll just use a couple of the small clear ones as well. So we've got 3 at the moment, so if I do 2, that still gives us an odd number. Odd numbers are always better on any kind of artwork. I think I'll pop that one there. So just a few gems to add a little bit of interest. And I think I'll finish it with just a small ribbon at the top there. So this is the polished pink ribbon. It's just a little bit I've got left over, which was in our last catalogue. And I'm just going to pop a piece there. I can't make my mind up which way round to do it. I think we'll go that way. And the best way to stick ribbon down is to use our little glue dots. So if you actually take the ribbon and press it onto one of our glue dots, like so, it sticks to the ribbon, and then you can stick it like that so they stick together. So the glue dot's in the middle. Okay, I still can't make my mind up. Okay, so we'll do it that way. And then I'm going to use another one just to stick there again. As you take it off, it sticks to the ribbon. So I've just decided to take 2 more dots, and I'm going to use, actually I think if I pop one, the large clear one on there, and then I'll just take 1 more and add that there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I hope you think that's pretty. So that was using one of the freebies from the Celebration catalogue, and these are available through January and February 2022. And that particular freebie is the stamp set plus 12 sheets of 12 by 12 double-sided designer series paper. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up, which shows that you like my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you would hit that subscribe button. In the description box below, you will find a link to my online store and also the digital downloadable current catalogues. So if there's anything you'd like to purchase from either of the catalogues, you can also find a link to my online store. So thank you again for watching. I hope to see you again soon. On Saturday afternoons at 2:30 British Summer Time, I do a live, which you can all come along and you can chat along and we can all have a bit of fun together. Or there will be another recorded video next Wednesday evening at 9 o'clock British Summer Time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.